live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rehoboth, Alabama. And I'm not sure the name of the stadium. It's been a hectic time. We're on the visiting sidelines on the a little covered area that they use for the visiting coaches and film crew. And we're kind of low. We're close to field level, as you probably can tell by the camera. We're behind the tent that the Tigers set up. The Tigers tent set up from the 45 to the 38-yard line or so. And yeah, hopefully the volume is good for you now. Anyway, but the Tigers are on the road to take on the Rebels. The Tigers 13-0 all time against the Rebels. And with last year's game being the closest game that these two have played, it was a 7-point game in Eufaula, 35-28. That was a game that the Tigers trailed 20-7 at one point during the first half. Tigers had 3 first-half turnovers in that game that contributed to the Rebels' lead in that ball game. It was 20-14 at halftime. The Tigers took a 21-20 lead early in the third quarter before actually going out to a 35-20 lead. So 28 unanswered points for the Tigers last year before the Rebels put a late touchdown on the board with a 2-point conversion to make the final score 35-28. But that 7-point game was the closest in the series of 13 games between these two. The next closest game was a 27-17 10-point game back in 2009. Tonight's game looks to be a fairly close contest as Rehoboth is playing for their playoff live. Of course, Rehoboth earlier this season actually defeated Charles Henderson by a score of 30-27. That game was actually 2 weeks ago on the 6th, the night that Eufaula and Carroll played the exciting 38-37 game. So that game also took place here in Rehoboth on this field, 30-27. Rehoboth predominantly run, as Coach Drinkin told everyone last night. They're about 90%, 95% run, and they have all their running backs, skill players that played and hurt the Tigers last year are back. If you look at their roster, their leading ball carrier last year was Braden Hardy. He's a senior running back, 5'7", 184 pounds. Hardy last year was listed at 164, so he is listed 20 pounds heavier than he was last year. He rushed for over 200 yards against the Tigers last year. Also in the backfield with him is Terrell Townsend. He's listed once again as a wide receiver as he was last year, 5'8", 160 pounds. He's also a senior, but he has a lot of speed and quickness. He runs a lot of basically a wildcat quarterback for them. They do a lot of misdirection. And I look for him to do that again tonight. Playing both ways as a senior linebacker, Parker Peacock. He is 6 foot, 225 pounds. He also carries the ball for them. He scored a touchdown last year against the Tigers in Tiger Stadium. So that trio of number 2, number 34, and number 19 are the main offensive weapons for Rehoboth. Rehoboth pretty stingy defensively, as on the season they've only given up 186 yards, 186 points overall, but that's compared to the Tigers giving up 181. So they've surrendered about 100 fewer points on the season than have the Tigers. Of course, the Tigers lost last week at Charles Henderson at Veterans Memorial Stadium. But if the Tigers can come out of here with a victory tonight, the Tigers will lock up first place in Region Number 2 in Class 5A. That's very important because the Tigers would host the first round and be at the top of that 14 bracket. So the Tigers would be at home the first 2 rounds if unless there was an upset in the game at the bottom of the bracket below the Tigers. So important game tonight for the Tigers to come out of here with a victory. The Rehoboth, we came down here one time since they built this new stadium. I think we came down here in 2011 for a game that we broadcast. Now, Eufaula's been here since then, but that we actually broadcast. And since we were here last time, it's been 12 years for me. There was they've added a replay board. They actually have it live on the replay board, what we're seeing right now. They're about to have the presentation of the colors and a prayer of the national anthem. So we're going to step aside for a commercial break and be back after this.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Camlocker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Got it. Hey, we're back in Rehobeth where we're counting down the kickoff between the Rebels and the Tigers. We are joined tonight. Of course, we'll go down to him for the coin toss in a few moments, but Jimmy Simmons standing in for John Wayne Robinson tonight. Of course, Doug Applin, Charles Urban, and Keith Bryan bringing it to you tonight from Rehobeth in an important Region 2 matchup tonight. Rehobeth playing for their playoff lives as Eufaula trying to lock up the first seed. It is conceivable that there could be a five-way tie for first place. Carroll comes in tonight 2-2 on the season in region play. Charles Henson 2-2. Eufaula 3-1. Headland 3-1, and Rehobeth 2-2. Now Headland heads to Charles Henson tonight. If Charles Henson wins that game, they'll be tied at 3-2. Eufaula 3-1. If they win, they'll be finished 4-1 in sole possession of first place. Of course, Rehobeth, if they fall, they'll be 2-3 and eliminated. But if they win, they'll be 3-2. Eufaula would fall to 3-2. So as you can see, it's an important game tonight for both of these teams.
Keith, you said Charles Headland, Charles Henderson, but Charles Henderson goes to Headland, isn't that correct?
No, not according to what I've got.
Okay. No, it's at Charles Henderson. Okay.
So
I hadn't got the rosters if you want to do captain.
Yeah, so the captains tonight for Eufaula, and where we are, we've got we're pretty close to the field. It's better than some places we go, but we've got Browning Anderson as a captain, but it is so dim, it's such a little light, and I've got a very light colored roster. So we know LaCaviante Pugh is a captain, and Parker Simmons is a captain. And I'm trying to get the name for you for number 79 for you, Eufaula.
That's Grubbs.
Yeah, Grubbs. So anyway,
I got him.
So I did not catch the captains for Rehobeth as they're on the backside. But at any rate, they're out there. Jimmy, go ahead.
All right, so Rehobeth won the toss and they've deferred, and Eufaula's going to get the ball first, and we're going to. So you got Grubbs as your other captain. Something interesting here tonight is going to be we got Jeff Martin with Catapult Systems here tonight. He's got 16 players with Eufaula suited up with those Catapult systems. They can tell you the top speed. They can tell you how many miles they've run, calories burned, all kinds of information. So kind of neat. That's the guy standing down there to my right. So that was the things that were on the players while they were flashing before the game.
Okay. I saw that. Had no idea what it was.
Well, also, that's an interesting that they deferred. Jarrell said last night he wanted to take the ball anyway, so works out for the Tigers just as well.
Yeah, offensively, that's not been their strong suit this year. They have only put up 137 points on the season, so they're averaging a little under 20 points per game, whereas Eufaula has scored 280 something on the season. So Eufaula is more than double their point production on the season, averaging close to 40 points per game.
I know a lot of folks are going to be wondering tonight. Mitchell is actually, we were told he was going to dress, but he's definitely not 100%. Don't look for him a lot tonight. Same way with Red Harris. We understand he'll be very, very limited on carries tonight.
Folks, when you're doing high school football, that's one of the biggest things. The Tigers, the 4 years that we played in 6A, it was unfortunate the Tigers had to play up those 4 years, but it was very nice. When you went on the road, we always were accommodated well. We had good facilities to broadcast from. And tonight, this is a very nice stadium. As we said, there's a nice replay board. I'm sure Charles will get a shot of it at some point. The field's in pretty good shape. It is a grass, natural surface. It's the cooler weather we've had. It's turning brown, but it's in pretty good shape. Pretty good high school football field. It has a pretty good crown on it. Their home stands are nice, especially their reserve seat section. Their seat backs up there in the center. It's an aluminum bleacher setup, all suspended. But it's a nice home side. It's probably 70% full. Eufaula's got a decent traveling crowd tonight as well. Eufaula all white pants, white jerseys, red headgear. Rehobeth in all blue, as you can see, blue pants, blue jerseys, white numerals, and blue headgear. Ball's on the tee. We're about to get started here tonight. Back deep for the Tigers as he's been all season. Zakai Steele, this last week's player of the week. Ball is going to be squibbed, and it's going to be bobbled, and we're going to knock our player down at the 30-yard line. It looked like the Three Stooges that time. I'm not going to call the players' names, but we tried to field it. We missed it. It went to the guy behind him, and he ran back and knocked that guy on the ground. So,
yeah, I'm not so sure he didn't want to just go down to and make sure that they maintained possession. So, it's like I started to say a three-man front. Rehoboth's going to have a four-man front. I know one of the players out there, he's a sophomore, so not real big up front.
Pretty sound defensively. At least they have been all season. Tigers in shotgun formation. Anderson will hand it to Slaughter. Slaughter flipping to the right side, and he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. It looks like maybe a yard or two gain. Some of these yardages we're going to give you is going to be a little delayed. We're going to have to wait and see where they spot it down. And we're going to give him 2 yards on that game, maybe. 1 yard, really. 1 yard gain. So 1 yard on that carry for Slaughter, the sophomore. 2nd down 9. Just underway here in Rehoboth, scoreless game. Going to throw the ball. That is going to be in and out of the hands of LeCaviante Pugh. It was a quick out route from his H-back position. It's incomplete. Bring it up quickly. A 3rd and long for the Tigers. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Browning shot that one about 100 miles an hour, so just was unable to gather it in there.
And it was a little high also. He had to reach up above his head. It would have been a little lower. Still would have been a difficult catch, but it would have been a little easier than trying to catch a fastball over your head.
Officials time out for some reason here. They backed the ball up. I guess they didn't have it spotted in the right spot. So they'll Rehoboth will actually make some changes on the far side. I noticed right before the snap, too, Keith, that number 17 on the right side of Rehoboth defense was doing a lot of clapping and stuff, simulating that could go for simulating a snap. I have no idea what this delay is. The short official they're wanting a different ball. Something wrong with that ball. And he's pointing at it. Maybe. I'm sure it's the same balls we've used all year long, but won't be using that one tonight.
So Anderson in shotgun formation takes a shotgun snap, looking to throw on 3rd and 9. He's going to throw it down deep over the middle. Has a man there. Great catch by Zakai Steele, I believe. Yes, Zakai Steele. Last week's player of the week. He went up high and brought that one down for a good gain into Rehoboth territory on 3rd and 9. The Tigers convert from the 31-yard line all the way down to the 43-yard line of Rehoboth. So 19 and 7 is 26 yards. And the Tigers move the chains. 1st and 10 into Rebel territory. Great catch by Steele. Going to hand it off to Slaughter straight up the middle this time. Slaughter not going to break a lot of tackles. He's going to be taken down right at the line of scrimmage. That's when it's really important, Doug, to have a good hole to run through, because Harris does run through some of those arm tackles. Slaughter pretty much, so they get a hand on him.
We got 5 on their 4, and our 5 is unusually actually bigger than their 4. They shouldn't be beating us up front.
Anderson drops back, throws a wide receiver screen that is dropped by Aurelius Slaughter. He might, if he could have broken the initial wave there at the line of scrimmage, he probably had a decent gain on that. As it is, it's going to be incomplete. Another 3rd and long, 3rd down and 10 from the 43-yard line of Rehoboth. Just underway here. 10:23. The clock is stopped in the first quarter, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Pair of receivers to either side for the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson. Slaughter springs to his left. Anderson going to throw. He's going to flush from the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run now. He has some running room. He cuts back inside. He's going to be about 2 yards short of his first down. He gets down to the 35-yard line. That first down would come about the 33. It'll be 4th and 2. Give him 8 yards on that gain. Now, they haven't spotted it yet, but from where we snapped, it should be about an 8-yard gain.
A good 5-10 yards out of field goal range. Kind of no man's land. There's really no need not to go for it here. Try to draw them, run a play. If you punt, you may only gain, 13 yards.
Yeah, unless they run Anderson here. Don't look for the tight. They did.
They moved twice.
They threw them off sides. Should be an easy 5 against the Rebels and the Tiger first down. It will be a 5-yard step off against Rehoboth.
That drives coaches crazy.
Right. So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Eufaula. Second first down of this drive. Slaughter got through the line of scrimmage that time. He's going to spin, keep his feet now. He's going to drive down near the 10-yard line. We'll have to wait and see where they spot him down. But from the 30, he's going to have the better part of 20 yards, about 19, we'll say. But we'll wait and see where they spot it down and move the down markers to. Unfortunately,
great block by number 69 who pulled and went off the right side. He just ran right behind him.
19 yards. They spotted the 11, so the Tigers can pick up a first down. This 1st and 10 Tigers. That's their 3rd first down of this drive. Begin back at the 30-yard line. Going to be a quarterback keeper by Anderson. Anderson picks his way along the line of scrimmage. Falls inside the 10 for a short gain, maybe only a 2-yard gain. They're going to spot him at the 9, so call it a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. You know, we saw against Pell City, we saw Anderson's run production really pick up when Harris was out, and it looks like the Tigers are going to try to lean on the senior quarterback a little bit again tonight.
5, 6 man front and 4 linebackers.
Anderson flushing to the right, going to throw it late in the end zone, going down, pretty incomplete. It would have been a tough catch. Trying to see who it was intended for. It was a kind of low throw that time, but Anderson was under duress and on a dead run. Running out of real estate on the sidelines, incomplete. I think it was going to be Slaughter once again. Intended for Slaughter. Tigers through the air, only 1 of 4 for 26 yards so far. It's another 3rd and long. It's the third and long of this drive. 3rd and 8 from the 9-yard line. Anderson takes it without his leading receiver, Mitchell.
Open the far side.
Going to throw it late in the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Too hard.
Incomplete. So Tigers only 1 of 5 through the air so far. It brings up 4th down situation, and here comes Cooper Wingate out to attempt the field goal. The good thing is it looks like the ball is right just about in the center of the field. So yeah, it is maybe over closer to the right hash mark where they're going to spot it down now. Initially, it looked like it was kind of in the center. This would be about a 25, 26-yard field goal?
Correct.
25. They're spotting just outside the 15. A little bit angled back to the left. Here's your snap.
And
Flags go down.
that was off.
That field goal was good. It looks like it's going to be on Eufaula. So that field goal would have been good from 35 yards, 45 yards, 40 yards.
As quick as that came out, it had to have been somebody right there around the center move, because that came out about as fast as the ball did. Backs him up 5. Like you said, he had plenty of leg.
So this will be a 30. We'll call it 31. He's almost at the 21-yard line. Kick is up. Kick looks good again, and the kick is good. So Tigers take a 3-0 lead. That comes with 8:09 to go here in the first quarter. Play was a nice drive, Doug. We converted 2 third and longs. We couldn't convert the actually we converted 1 third and long. We converted a 4th down on a penalty.
I tell you, that one was so good. It must have been right down the middle, because that ball was only halfway there, and I saw the official on our side under the goalpost already put his arms up. It must have been coming right down the middle, because that was an early signal before it even went through. So Tigers score 3-0, and the big question of the night is the defense will take the field. We'll see which defense shows up tonight for the Tigers.
A 10-play, 57-yard drive. Took 3 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock. It was exactly 5 runs and 5 passes, Doug. 57 yards, 31 on the ground, 26 through the air. So pretty balanced for the first possession for Eufaula. Of course, a 31-yard Cooper Wingate field goal. Wingate puts it in the air. Send over in. It's going to come down at the 22-yard line. Looking to bring it back up to the near side. A nice tackle by number 15. That's just the way you teach him. Number 15 for Eufaula will get the number. Tasha and Turner. It's Turner on the tackle, and nice lick, holding them at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and he was very close to getting blocked in the back by a number, I think it was 50 for them. He had a bead on him. He just turned hard into the runner there at the last second, and the blocker missed him. He could have been backed him up a little further. They're going to come out in a tight formation, the Notre Dame box for the old folks.
Yeah, that's what Coach Jernigan said last night. Going to hand it off to Townsend around the left end. He finds some running room. He crosses I say he finds the running room. It looked like he had some, but he's going to tackle at the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards. It looked like he broke the line of scrimmage, but only a 3-yard game. Apparently, the Tigers must have good penetration that time, because the line of scrimmage looked like it was moved behind the ball.
It's hard to tell how many yards they get, especially, I call it like the wing tee. It's hard to tell how far past the line of scrimmage they are.
They do run the fumble rooski some as well. On that carry is going to be 34, their leading ball carrier from last year. That is Braden Hardy. He crosses the 30, gets up around the 33-yard line. So that was a good gain on that play, about 5 yards.
Just right at us. What we didn't want to see tonight. Can't afford a second half from last week.
Hardy, 20 pounds heavier than he was in this game last year. Unbalanced line to the right. See if the Tigers line up properly. Rowe is now changing it. They're changing the play. All of them looking at the wristband. So they've got very unbalanced to this right side. They're going to run it that way with Townsend. He's stacked up, and unless he breaks a tackle, he's not going to pick up the first down.
He's going to come still half a yard short.
Yeah. He was kind of the push going on right there. He got a pretty good spot. He did.
Half a yard short.
But it still should be short. So a decision for Rehobeth now. Well, they're going to call it 4th down. So we'll call that only a 1-yard gain. But it was very close. Now, this is a big play if they go for it. Apparently, they are going for it. But all kinds of things can happen here. A fumble snap.
They're going to try to get you to jump probably, but then in that big bunch they have, they just get up in there and the backs push the runner. Look for 34 to get it right up the gut here. Maybe Townsend will keep it.
It's going to be 34, and he hit the line, and they're going to give him a great spot. My goodness, what a spot. Oh, my goodness.
Eufaula folks were up clapping. They thought He was stopped, but they're going to mark that across the
I
line.
don't know how the Eufaula defense could have played that any better. They stopped him up right at the line of scrimmage. I'd have to see that replay. Didn't look like he made the 35 at all. Either way, it's a first down.
Well, Jimmy's right there on the line. We'll go down to him the first break we get and see what he thought about it. It's kind of hard to tell from up here, but he was right there on the first down marker.
So 1st and 10 for the Rebels from just across the 35-yard line. Going to be a reverse this time. 49 looking to sweep the left side. He's going to be hitting the backfield. He'll lose a couple of yards.
I tell you what, when they run, they fake so many handoffs and folks go in so many different directions. It's like playing the shell game. You just got to really pay attention to where that ball is.
Yeah, they call it loss of 2. I don't think it's quite 2 yards, but we'll call it. They said PA said loss of 2, so 2nd and 12. This is not an offense really so far based on what we've seen through 5 plays that probably does well behind the sticks.
They like to lull you to sleep and then pop one downfield is what they say. You follow with a 5-man front now.
Going to roll they're going to try to throw the ball. They do throw it complete, and it's going to be across the 40. Tony Coleman on the tackle for Eufaula. We'll see where they spot it down. They're going to spot it down. They're going to spot it down. Good spot at the 42. So that's a 9-yard gain. 9 yards on the pass play. Brings up 3rd down and 3. I guess Townsend's left-handed. He came out. Yeah. Slung that ball out here. A good, accurate pass to the man who was slipped out into the flat. The 3rd down play, 3rd and 3. Now they're going to shift around. They shifted from strong side left to strong side right. They got 2 men that could snap the ball to.
Number 9.
And they break it out to number 9, who gets up his first down. He picks up 7 yards and a Rehobeth first down. That's Xavier Johnson. He's a freshman running back, 6 foot, 174 pounds, class of 2027. Yeah, you got to be disciplined with all this misdirection. Hardy is lined up in the backfield with Townsend. Either one getting the ball. That time it was Hardy, and he was stopped right around the line of scrimmage. We'll call it no gain. It should be no gain on that play. They give him about a yard. We'll give him a yard on that play. About a half yard.
Just short of midfield.
Time-consuming drive for but they took over just under 8 minutes at 7:56. We're down to 2:40 and counting here in the first quarter.
Play clock's not working. We'll keep an eye on that. Try to stay on top of it. It's awful difficult to get a delay. You follow with 6-man front.
Townsend, once again, he follows his blockers across midfield into Tiger territory. Going to be down to about the 47-yard line, so give him a gain of 3. Should set up about a 3rd and 6 for Rehobeth. Once again, a 3rd down situation.
Big play here, though. So because they'll go for it if it's anywhere close. They're just picking up 2 and 3 just about every time. That will wear a defense down, too. Only 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
It's basically like an Oklahoma drill every play. I mean, you're in there in the trenches, and you got somebody coming at you, running at you. It's and the misdirection thrown in there. 3rd down. Townsend just a student body left with blockers in front. Eufaula did a good job that time. It was number 9, I believe, for Eufaula that hustled out there, and Kevion Lemons that did a good job from defensive end, holding him to no gain on that play. That's going to force the first Rehobeth punt, the first punt for either team in the game. But
look, their back's against the wall, so don't be surprised if they pull out all the stops tonight. If they lose, they're probably going to be at home during the playoffs, so any kind of fake punt, razzle-dazzle, we'll see it if they've got it.
The snap to the punter. He will put it away. It's a end-over-end kick that will hit at the Eufaula 20. Takes a big Rehobeth bounce. It's going to roll inside the 10 and out of bounds around the 5-yard line. So 15 yards on the roll, a very effective punt, 32 yards on the punt, and the Tigers have the ball back with under a minute to go, 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So one possession for each team so far, and Rehobeth just bled time off the clock.
I tell you what, while I have a second, since we missed talking about the Mid-South kickoff on the opening, if y'all will go on and comment Mid-South Bank under comments, if the Tigers receive another kickoff tonight, we will play the $100 bill on that play.
Anderson dropping back into his end zone. He throws it. It's a screen pass. Screen to Slaughter, but they're there to wrap him up for maybe a gain of a yard.
I know I missed last week, but it looks like he's just throwing it different. I mean, he's darting it in there. Did he start that after the pick six last week, or?
I don't remember. He threw 2 touchdown passes. Of course, Steele caught 2 touchdown passes last week. But Eufaula's just going to be content to let this clock run out here in the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, the Tigers are going to lead by a score of 3-0 in an important Class 5A Region 2 matchup. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them. Unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey, we're back in Rehoboth with the Tigers lead 3-0. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Jimmy Simmons. Jimmy, hey, on that 4th down, it looked like we stopped them. How close was it down on the field?
Yeah, so what happened was it was a second effort play. He got hit at the line and then just kind of rolled off the pile. So, and then something else interesting in the first quarter, that ball that we've been using all year has got a stitched on stripe, and it's missing one of those stripes. So we've been using it all year, and it's not been a problem yet. So yeah, he did get the first down on that. He rolled off the pile and got a second effort.
Okay, we appreciate that. At the end of the first quarter, Eufaula had run 11 plays for 58 yards. Rehoboth 10 plays for 28 yards. Time of possession, Eufaula with just over 4 minutes. Rehoboth with 7 minutes and 12 seconds.
Quick update. We got a score from over in Headland. Headland leads Charles Henderson 8-0 in the first quarter.
That's actually in Troy. It's going to be our troop around the end. Coming all the way out of bounds is Slaughter. It's going to be the younger Slaughter. Atorian Slaughter on a nice play. Going to move the chains. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it. It's hard to see the sideline here. It's going to be up close to the 20-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Can't tell. Is it across the 20?
Right on the 20.
It's right on the 20. 15. So that's 14 yards on that play. 14 yards for Slaughter on the run. Coming off the goal line. They're going to run reverse up the flea flicker.
Oh, he's open.
Now Pugh, De'Keviante Pugh down the sideline. He's all the way into plus territory, into Rebel territory to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a 45-yard pass play on the flea flicker that time from Brownie Anderson to De'Keviante Pugh. They did a reverse flea flicker and beautiful play execution of a good play call. 45 yards. Tiger first down, back-to-back first downs. Tigers with some chunk plays here. Anderson going to drop back. He's going to throw it. There's Mitchell. Just off of Mitchell's fingertips at the goal line. It would have been a beautiful play. He laid out to make that catch, but unable to, just about a foot too far that time from Anderson. Second down and 10. Just a fade route down the sidelines. Red Harris checking into the game, the senior running back checking in for the sophomore Slaughter. Second down. They've still got first down on the down marker here, but it's Unless it was a penalty. There's a penalty
flag. And he's marking something off against the Tigers.
It's 5 yards. So it was
illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield. So we'll take that incompletion off the board and we'll put a penalty. That's only the second penalty against Eufaula. Second penalty for 10 yards. One penalty for 5 against Rehobeth so far. I'm sorry.
First down over again.
Going to hand it to Harris. Harris breaks the line of scrimmage. And that's where you see the difference there. It's about a 7-yard gain, maybe 7 yard, we'll say. But he broke tackles there at the line of scrimmage. Just a little bit stronger player, a senior compared to a sophomore, but he's going to check right back out after the 7-yard gain.
He has an uncanny ability to see the hit coming right before it, and he is able to shuck it off or make it a glancing blow.
2nd and 8. Anderson takes it. He's going to look and throw again. He throws it. It's complete. Nice reception. Catching in his hands is Antron Mitchell.
On an 11-yard?
It was from the 33-yard line down to whatever yard line we're on now, about the 22, so 11 yards. Good call, Doug. First down, the 3rd one of the night, the 6th overall for Eufaula in the 2nd quarter. 3-point lead. It's going to be Slaughter breaking tackles. He's going to run hard that time. He drags the tackler inside the 20 down around the 18-yard line. That should be a gain of 4. Tigers with a 2nd and 6. 10-14. The clock is rolling here in the 2nd quarter. 3-0 is the score if you tuned in late. Slaughter, the sophomore, in the backfield with Anderson. Actually, 2 receivers left. Mitchell in single coverage to the right. Look for the Tigers maybe to go to Mitchell. There's no safety help.
Browning.
Anderson pulls it on the inside zone. He should have a first down to the 10-yard line. That's going to be about a gain of 8 on that play for Anderson. It'll be a 1st and goal. That's the 4th first down of this drive for the Tigers. 7th overall. It'll be 1st and goal Tigers. Under 10 minutes to go. 9:40 and counting here in a quick first half. Oh.
I saw him send somebody on. I guess they sent somebody off.
Slaughter looking to turn the corner. He does. He breaks the tackle. Slaughter into the end zone for a touchdown. A great run by the sophomore. Slaughter. He ducked under that tackle. It was a 10-yard gain, a 10-yard touchdown run.
I didn't see the change. That's why I wanted.
Yeah, 10-yard touchdown run. And with 9:22 to go here in the first half of play, the Tigers have grown up by a score of 9-0. Tigers lined up in the salt and pepper, but that was a 95-yard drive from Eufaula Tigers that time as the Tigers shift over for the R.W. Wingate point after touchdown. We'll have the drive summary in a moment, but they moved 95 yards from their own 5-yard line. There's the spot. Kick is up. Kick straight down the middle from Cooper Wingate. And with 9:22 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play, the Tigers lead by a new score of 10-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 play, 95 yards. The big play, the 45-yard pass play on the flea flicker from Browning Anderson to LaCaviante Pugh. There was also a 14-yard run to get the Tigers kind of jump-started by Torian Slaughter. He got the first.
In sports, every point.
In sports, every point does count.
He did a great job. Pugh did tiptoeing down the Eufaula sideline. Or he would have outrun the defender, but he had to make sure he stayed in bounds and allowed the defender to get the angle on him there a little bit.
I tell you what, Charles, Doug, that's only fair. That's only fair. I heard it last week. I called Charles Doug all last week. Anyway, but there was a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers on that lineman downfield. So the Tigers was 100 yards of offense on that last possession. So 3 minutes and 6 seconds on that possession for Eufaula. 8 plays, 95 yards. Beautiful drive. Capped off with a 10-yard touchdown run by the sophomore Slaughter. There's a kick from Wingate. Angling towards the sidelines. He'll be fielded at the 20-yard line. Coming up the near side, he's going to be tackled as he crosses the 30 or right around the 30. We'll see. Braden Hardy on that receiver. Jave Williams on the tackle for Eufaula at the 32-yard line, where Rehobeth will take over for their second possession of the night. Only their second possession with 9:17 to go here.
Clock definitely rolling down here, but it gave our defense an adequate rest on the sideline. You was a little worried because they drove it about 50 yards before they gave it up earlier.
Well, they ran 10 plays, only covered 28 yards in those 10 plays, but a 10-play drive for Rehobeth. They're going to run a counter play back to the right. This time they break into the open field. It's going to be the best run of the night for Hardy. He's going to pick up 11 yards on a Rehobeth first down. Their longest play from scrimmage so far. That young man ran for over. Actually, it's going to be a 12-yard gain. He ran for over 200 yards from scrimmage last year, including a 59-yard touchdown run on fourth down on their first possession of the game last year. He's just hard to bring down. He runs with good forward body length, and he's got pretty good speed.
Well, he's got 10 blockers all within arm's length of him too, with this type of offense.
Hard to find the ball sometimes. Townsend around the end, he does a good job slipping under, sort of like Slaughter did on the touchdown run, only to gain a yard that time.
Tell you what, he's fortunate he didn't lose a yard because he had a host of Tigers staring him right in the face.
He is 5'8", 160. He has definitely got some size on Torian Slaughter, though.
You would think it'd spread him out and get him in some open field.
He's listed as a wide receiver. So now he played in the backfield almost exclusively last year against the Tigers, listed as a wide receiver. He's a senior now. That is Terrell Townsend. They'll give it to Hardy this time on a direct snap. He's looking to turn the corner. He does on the right side. He's down the sidelines. He's going to be drug out of bounds after a big gain by Rehobeth. It is Shamarion Smith on the tackle for Eufaula. But it was a big gain all the way from the 45 of Rehobeth down to the 34-yard line of Eufaula. That's going to be a 21-yard gain for Rehobeth. So Hardy with
how does he get outside?
Two carries for 33 yards on this drive.
When our corners and backs can get to the outside, I don't know how, when all their blockers are right there together, how you make the outside like that.
He jumped off sides. We're going to give him an easy 5, but it might have been a good play because they were going to throw the ball there. They were trying to set the Tigers up for a pass. Did you see that, Doug?
Yeah, I did.
That might have been a blessing in disguise. That's the third penalty. Third penalty of the night against Eufaula. That's one you might put an asterisk by, though. It brings up second down and 5, but they were dropping back. They had 2 men in the route that time. 2 men had released out into a pass route downfield. Now they split 2 men out wide to the left for the first time tonight. They're going to run straight up the middle, though, with Hardy, trying to spread out the Eufaula defense on 1st and 5. It was effective in that they picked up probably 2 or 3 yards. We'll say 3 yards of the 5 they needed. That was the 4th play of this possession that began back at their 32-yard line. They've moved it all the way into Tiger territory to the Tiger 27. Deepest penetration, certainly 4-down territory, but second down and a lot tight here. Snap it to Townsend, looking to sweep the right side. He's going to have his first half 4. He's going to take it down inside the 20, down around the 15-yard line. That's going to be, if it's a 15, that will be a 12-yard gain.
There is no way they should be getting to that. I mean, do you split your ends out a little wider or something? When they're that tight, they shouldn't. I mean, they should be able to run it right at you, but not get to the outside.
Apparently, they were able to do that pretty effectively against Charles Henderson as well. So it's somewhat surprising, but it's been effective. Not something you see. They're going to snap it to Hardy. He's going to go to the weak side this time, to the right. it's still on. You good? So 2nd down and 9 now for Rehobeth.
Check Jimmy. We need to send him a text.
2nd down and 9 from the Tiger 14. Townsend sweeping the left side. We see here what's going on. They're doing a good job of blocking at the point of attack that time. It's going to be a gain of 2 yards. Looks like down to the 12. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from the Tiger 12-yard line. From the left hash mark, Tigers lead 10-0 if you tune in late. 5:17 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. You should have a good view of this Rehobeth offense here. Notre Dame box as they shift over. They shift their strong side to the wide side right. They snap it to number 3. He's going to look to throw this time. He throws it, and it's incomplete. Good pressure that time by Lamons of Eufaula. Kevion Lamons got pressure right into the face of number 3, who is not on our roster. And it forced the incomplete pass. It brings up a 4th down and long. I don't know if they have a field goal kicker or not, Doug, but down 10-0 after the Tigers moved 95 yards. They're going to go for it here.
Yeah, they're going for it.
It's almost 8 yards. It's 3rd and long 7 here from just inside the 13-yard line. It'll be interesting to see if they put the ball back in the air if they go with the running game. They've had several young plays.
Try to draw. There's some razzle-dazzle.
They're going to take it. Number 3 looking to throw. He's going to throw it late. Has a man there. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Townsend has been a very valuable player for them on 4th and goal. 4th and 7 from the 12. They can throw a 12-yard touchdown pass. Nine-play Rehobeth drive that covered 68 yards. 12-yard touchdown pass from number 3 to Terrell Townsend. Point after touchdown. Kicks up. No good. So the Tigers lead 10-6 with 4:50 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. But, Doug, I tell you, on 4th down, that was only the 3rd pass play, 3rd attempt of the night for Rehobeth, and they're actually 2 of 3 for 21 yards and a touchdown. So they've been very effective when they put it in the air. 4 minutes and 27 seconds on that 9-play, 68-yard drive.
Well, here's where the Tigers need to be careful. They need to make sure either to burn that 450 or to get some points out of this one, because Rehobeth will receive the second half kickoff. They squib kicked the opening kickoff, or just kind of dribbled it down. We'll see if they do that here. Eufaula's not very deep. Our deepest guy's at the 15-yard line.
That's the guy still. Remember, Mid-South Bank giveaway here on this.
That's right.
Good on this kickoff.
If you got it in there, Mid-South Bank, you're eligible for the $100 giveaway.
Eufaula, important region, number 2 game tonight. Tigers can lock up first place with a victory. They can lock up the region championship. Another squib kick, kind of a semi.
What a bounce! Oh my goodness! That ball took a huge bounce.
It went out of bounds. Thankfully, it went out of bounds. They had a shot at recovering that ball if it had not gone out of bounds. But fortunate for the Tigers, it did.
If you want to check some balls like they threw one out on us, that one took a hop like it was only half inflated on the second hop.
So do we get the ball there?
We should get it at the 35-yard line.
We should get it either 5 yards past where it went out or to 35. They're going to put it at 35, and it was about the 30, so 6 and 1/2.
Either way, it's the best starting field position for the Tigers. They started their 30 and their 5 prior to this one. So handoff inside. Slaughter breaking tackles. He's going to take it up near midfield on a nice run. Give him 13 yards on that carry by Torian Slaughter, the sophomore. Slaughter has really come on this year for the Tigers, the sophomore. He's 2 more years to play in the red and white.
13-yard gain after a 10-yard touchdown run. Can't beat that. Red checks in. They jump, no flag.
It's going to be Red Harris. Red breaking in the secondary. He's on the run. Oh, no! And he fumbled. They're going to recover to the 17-yard line. My goodness.
34 before he fumbled.
Goodness gracious. So with 4:19 still to go here in the first, Tigers look like they were heading for points. Turnovers, unforced errors. Tigers only had it for 31 seconds on that possession for 2 plays, 2 big running plays. 47 yards rushing on those 2 plays. Goodness gracious. See what the Tiger defense, who just was on the field, see what they have here. Snap to the back in the backfield, running to the right. Eufaula doing a good job of stringing that play out. It's going to pick up maybe 2 yards. Third possession for Rehobeth.
Four minutes left in the second quarter.
You see that happen from time to time, a guy running in the open field. He was running, trying to outrun the defense, and somehow or another, he just lost clutches on the football. That happened to the Tigers in the playoffs about 25 years ago against Blunt. Had a Tiger running for a touchdown down the far sidelines and just lost the handle on the ball. There'll be a 5-yard penalty, just the second of the night against Rehobeth. Tigers, if they could force a 3-and-out, which they have not done so far tonight, but if they could force a 3-and-out, they would have a chance here before halftime. That's going to back it back up to a 2nd down and 12 now. Rehobeth with some chunk plays on that last possession. They had a 12-yard run, a 21-yard run, a 12-yard run, and a 12-yard pass for the touchdown. So 4 plays over 10 yards on their last possession alone. 2nd and 12 from the 15. They're going to give it to Hardy, and good saving tackle. We'll see who that was for Eufaula. 14. That's Shamarion Smith. He was the player of the week a couple of weeks ago, and he made a big tackle to save a large gain. That was a 4-yard gain as it was. It brings up 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8. Possession play here. Eufaula still with all 3 timeouts remaining. They wouldn't want to use one until after this play if the Rebels don't convert. 3rd and 8. In that tight bunch set. They're going to take it. They're going to run it straight up the middle.
Got him in the backfield.
And we got him. Look for the Tigers to burn a timeout. 2:32 and counting here.
We calling timeout.
Call a timeout with 2:28.
1, 2, 3, 4,
oh, Lord.
5, 6 seconds. Came off the clock.
Yeah, they called the timeout with about 2:30 to go, and they slipped 6 more seconds off the clock. We'll see if they put more time on the clock, but they should. Either way, the Tiger defense did their job. There was a 2-yard loss on that play, so they netted 4 yards on those 3 plays after the penalty. They'll be punting from the 17-yard line.
Headland over Charles.
Headland, my goodness, over Charles Simpson, 14-7. Headland. I'm wondering what happened to Headland after they played Eufaula. It was 42-0 at halftime.
You know, I know Franklin, who helped us call that game, and Jackson is their go-to guy. His son, and he was not 100% when he played us, thank goodness, and we had a good game plan against them, and he's a hard young man to contain. So I'm glad he's doing well tonight, and just keep on doing his thing.
Oh, that would be great. I mean, of course, that would mean that Eufaula and Headland would be tied, but Eufaula would win the tiebreaker.
Head to head, exactly.
But that would keep Charles Simpson out of the playoffs. And, you know, at this point, I would like to see the Parker Adams and his archery stay at home for the first round.
All right, let's see if the Tigers put some pressure on here. Our receiver stands at the 50.
There's a punt. It's a nice punt. It's a end over end kick that'll be. The guy still feels it.
Sorry, we got it back.
We have it.
On. And then you get up and you straddle him, and no flag. Oh my goodness.
They did.
Oh, did it? Okay. Yeah, well, folks, I don't know if it was on camera or not. We had a guy in front of our bench at the 40-yard line who was blocked. It might have been a good block, but it was even after the play. But then after he blocked our guy to the ground, he did one of them things where you make sure you straddle them when you get up and over them. And the official right there close to it on our sideline didn't throw the flag, but the official in the center of the field did.
That was a good call.
It was.
So 2:22 to go here in the second quarter.
So the 15 yards we lost when he backed up and dropped the ball, we're going to get on the penalty.
Yeah, that should put us right at midfield.
Yeah, that's one phase of the game we've been doing pretty good at this year on our punt returns.
That was just a booming kick, and it's, they don't have LED lights here. We thought they did, and he kind of put that up there in the darkness a little bit, if you want to call it. If you look, the American flag is probably 40, 50-foot pole. Yep. Yeah. It's hard to see that flag up on that pole down there. So I think Anderson kept that.
I guess so. They snapped it fast that time. It was from the 49-yard line of Rehobeth. We're kind of late to the party here, but it was no gain on that play. A running play for no gain. That'll keep the clock rolling, but the Tigers score fast normally, so plenty of time with timeouts. They still have 3 showing on the board, but 2 timeouts for Eufaula as we go under 2 minutes. 2nd and 10. Clock should not be an issue for Eufaula. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Tron Mitchell. Going to hand it to Torian Slaughter, shooting the right side. He's going to get upfield. They're going to throw a holding. They're going to call a flag.
Parker Simmons. He brought his guy down in the backfield, and of course, I couldn't tell if it was a good block or not, but the official was right on top of it. That'll be we'll get the down over, but it's from the line of scrimmage, which is just inside the 50, so it should take it down to just outside the 40-yard line, between the 40 and the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and realistically, if the Tigers are throwing the ball, now maybe it was the 50 holding. Okay, wait. Okay,
he's just going.
Okay,
he should put it down right there where he's standing.
Yeah,
that's close enough.
So, 2nd down 20 now. Clock back in motion after the penalty. So the Tigers may or may not be aware of that because there's no clock on this end zone they're headed towards. We're burning valuable time here, but Anderson going to take it, going to throw it. It's Antoine Mitchell in the wide open field. Mitchell turning it on down the sideline. Go, he got touchdown. Touchdown Tigers. 59, 60 yards. 60 yards from Browning Anderson to Antron Mitchell. Just a beautiful play as Anderson hit Mitchell on stride on that kind of a deep drag route over the middle behind the linebackers. He turned on the speed, did Mitchell, and outran everyone to the pylon. 1:22 to go here in the second quarter play. The new score is Eufaula 16 and Rehobeth 6.
And that's huge. If we can keep them off the scoreboard the last minute, 22 seconds, they will receive the second half kickoff, but that helps. Eufaula went for the 2, but whistles were quick.
Yeah, they're saying it was a procedure against us. That would have put us up. Put us up 12. That's going to be another penalty. That's going to be the 5th penalty of the night against Eufaula, I believe. We'll wait and see.
And we're just going to go ahead and shift over and kick it from the get-go.
Even with all of that, the penalty and the replay and all that, it only took a minute for the Tigers to score there. There's a hold, kick by Wingate on the RW Wingate. Extra point is good.
Good job by Browning Anderson. That was almost kind of behind him a little bit as he brought that in.
So that was when all was said and done, it was a 2-play drive that only officially covered, we'll say 50 yards, as they had it just inside midfield. Officially 50 yards, but it was a 60-yard touchdown pass from the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson, to the senior wide receiver, Antron Mitchell. And that's, folks, why the Tigers this year very high on the Tigers offense, so balanced offensively with Anderson running the ball, with Red Harris running the ball when he's healthy, now Slaughter running the ball, and through the air with Anderson throwing to the likes of Mitchell, Ali Quinn, Slaughter, and Steele. Tigers have a very potent offense, averaging close to 40 points a game. 17-6, the Tigers lead here with 1:22 to go here in the second quarter. Deep kick from down to the 12-yard line. Going to bring it back to the near side. It's going to be Townsend, I believe. He's going to be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. 1:15 to go here in the first half. The Tigers went back out by double digits as their lead had been trimmed to 4. But they answer with a nice touchdown right here before halftime. 1:15. You wouldn't think they were built for a 75-yard drive here with a minute 15 on the clock.
Well, I tell you, if they're in that bunch formation and they slip somebody out, where they're going to split somebody out, you got to respect the run up the middle, but you got to cover the deep ball too.
They're going to take it with Hardy. Hardy running the right side, a solo tackle by Jaquavius Moss from his middle linebacker position, and it is a 9-yard gain for Rehobeth on that first down play.
It was a quick whistle, so
they call a timeout. They're not keeping the timeouts on the scoreboard. Eufaula still shows 3. Rehobeth still shows 3, but Rehobeth with their first timeout that I remember of the half. We actually have the junior varsity cheerleaders here tonight as the varsity cheerleaders. We wish them luck as they're in competition up in Huntsville on Sunday.
Also, happy birthday, Sarge.
So how was that scouting report he gave you yesterday? They're working spot on?
Working so far.
Yep, spot on as usual.
Good scouting report there, Sarge.
So 1:07 to go. We kept it right here. Jimmy, if you're hooked up or not, but if you are and you're listening, tell us what the sentiment's like down on the sidelines. He's standing down behind there. I don't know if he knows or not.
Yeah,
there he is.
The offense can do whatever they want to pretty much, but they're a little worried about this defense, and they feel like they're getting a lot of tired offensive linemen for Rehobeth, and they can just do what they want to. So we'll see. If you'll notice.
My goodness, they tackled our guy.
Albay Williams with a big hit on the sidelines.
It was just shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, it was good. But I couldn't tell what happened behind the play. I was watching the ball there as I was listening to Jimmy. That was no gain on the play. They don't show replays here. I wish they did on the big board, but that was a nice play from Javi Williams. That play actually lost a yard on that scramble. They've got
the 3rd and 1 down there.
You know what? They used a timeout. Eufaula with 2 timeouts left. If they don't pick up this first down, Eufaula may look for more points here before halftime.
He got out of bounds there, so that stopped the big play here. They may
look for Hardy to run the ball straight up the middle here.
34 is probably going to get
there he goes, and he's going to pick up his first down as he crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line. They stopped the clock with 52 seconds to go. He picked up.
All right, start the clock.
All right, he says roll it, and there it goes. So they're hurrying up.
It's going to be number 3 looking to throw this time. He
was a fumble.
The clock is still running here.
You know, he was trying to throw back to this side. Clock's still running, guys.
It should be running unless they call a timeout. Did we call a timeout?
It depends on if it's a change of possession. If it's change of possession, the clock stops.
I think they recovered the ball.
Okay. We call a timeout. All right. It looked like he was wanting to throw back to this side. All I saw was 2 linemen. Did you see a receiver over this side?
Did not.
I honestly thought it was a fumble.
It was a fumble. They called it a fumble. They just recovered it.
So it'll make it second, and why is it second? It should be 3rd, correct?
No, that was the first play after the Hardy run. That was the first.
No, wait a minute. They gained 9 yards on first down. Second down, they knocked him out of bounds.
Yeah, but 3-yard gain by Hardy picked up the first down.
You're correct. So that way is second. Correct.
So
I just love it when y'all get into a little discussion.
that was a 13-yard loss, I believe. So we'll say 13, or we'll call it 14 on the loss. So Eufaula only – it shows 2 timeouts. Eufaula may get an extra timeout here. We called a timeout at the end of their last possession. But if going by the scoreboard, they've got each team with 2 timeouts left. If that's correct, we'll have a chance to stop them to get the ball back here. 30 is that 3.2 or 32 seconds?
Looks like 3.2, doesn't it?
Yeah. We'll see what they decide to do here when it looks like Coach Jernigan's going to force their hand by calling these timeouts. They may decide, hey, let's just run this ball into the line, and if we throw the ball, we're going to stop the clock and let them keep their timeouts. They're still certainly, if they don't pick up first down, we have plenty of time to stop them.
I'd have somebody deep just in case.
Not sure what the delay is here. Everybody's just kind of standing around, looking around like, hey.
Their coach was discussing something with the official
I think
about the clock, I believe.
Maybe or the timeouts. Like I said, we've used 2. Either way, unless the Tigers have a complete breakdown on defense, the Tigers look to go into halftime with a double-digit lead. They leave 17-6 at this point, late here in the second quarter. Second down, 24 yards to go for Rehobeth.
Back on the clock.
They may be trying to put more time back on the clock. He better be careful what he asked for, though.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, if if it's 32 seconds
a lot can
and
happen.
They throw it deep.
A lot can happen in 1 second. Y'all know that.
Absolutely.
So we'll wait and see. I mean, just Jimmy, do you have any idea?
32 seconds.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. 32 seconds is what we thought it was. They're going to run it to Hardy around the right side. Tiger's going to stack him up right there after a short gain at the 27-yard line. Going to give you a gain of, let's say, 4 yards.
Just letting it run out.
So I guess the Tigers are going to be content just to let this run out. The Rebels are going to let it run out. We'll go to halftime with a 17-6 lead. Folks, we'll be back with some halftime stats.
Wait, we got Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, I guess if you can catch Coach Jernigan.
Yeah. What you want me to talk to Coach Jernigan about?
Ask him about the first half, and we got Charles Henderson.
I think we did pretty good. Offensively, we're moving the ball really good. Defensively, I think we're playing good. Defense, we just got to eliminate the big runs and the big time plays. But overall, I think we're doing good. We knew we were coming in, we're going to be limited possessions, so we just got to take advantage of all the positions we get on offense. But like I said, defense doing a great job and they playing hard. Good job. All right, y'all catch all that, or do I need to do a recap on it?
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Appreciate it, Jimmy.
We appreciate it, Jimmy.
Quick update, Charles Henderson scored right before the half, so they're knotted at 14 up in Troy, Charles Henderson and Headland.
So a tight one in Troy. Headland playing some good football here late in the season. Eufaula leads by 11 here. If the Tigers win this game, it doesn't matter what happens in Troy as far as the Tigers are concerned. So we'll step aside for a commercial break, be back with some halftime stats, scores, and comments. You're listening to Eufaula High School Tiger Football on the Tiger Football broadcast.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
In sports, every point counts, and at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue. R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-70.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is The Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, The Clayton Record.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
All right.
Hey, we're back in Rehoboth as the Tigers lead the Rebels in an important Class 5A Region 2 matchup here. 17-6. Tigers with the double-digit lead. They actually got out to a 10-0 lead, did the Tigers early in the game before Rehoboth scored to make it 10-6. They missed their point after touchdown. Then the Tigers came back, and a beautiful 60-yard touchdown pass from Browning Anderson to Antron Mitchell, where Mitchell just really turned it on, showed speed down the sidelines to outrun the defense to put the Tigers up 17-6. The good thing, and we'll give some total stats in a minute, Doug, but we're looking at that as we were kind of getting the yardage together. Rehoboth had 96 yards on their first two possessions. They had a 10-play, 28-yard drive, 2 first downs, a 9-play, 68-yard drive, 3 first downs. That's the one they scored the touchdown on, a 12-yard pass on 4th down. But the last 2 possessions, 5 yards. Now, they did have the big 14-yard loss on that last possession where the quarterback dropped it. But the Tiger defense really settled in the last 2 possessions and did a good job.
They did, and you know, there at the end it was forcing them to try to throw the ball, which is not what they do. But it's going to be a big first drive when we kick to them in the second half. Like I said, I had them 21 carries for 82 yards on the ground and 2 for 4 for 21 passing. Obviously, passing is not their thing. Had us for 13 carries for 121 yards, 1 TD on the ground, 5 for 9 through there for 143 yards, 1 TD through the air. And my goodness, how big would it have been if Red could have held onto that ball, not fumbled it on the way in? He was nothing between him and the goal line but grass, and just like you said, it happened sometime in open field, just lost the handle on it, dropped it. Rehoboth was able to recover, and the lead 17-6 at halftime. Would have been 24-6 if we could have held on there. The offense is, you know, if you're Rehoboth, kind of make some adjustments to our offense at the halftime. You got to do something because Eufaula's been able to throw the ball. Eufaula's been able to run the ball. We've only stopped ourselves, I guess. And did we even punt?
We did not.
Not punt. We fumbled one, but we did not punt. So, and then we just, you know, we got to force them into punting. Force them into passing because that 3 yards in a cloud of dust that they run, that's what you do. And, you know, they're set up for that. And it's hard to stop. There's just no doubt about it. When you got folks going all over the place in the backfield and you know where it's going, so it's just tough to stop.
Well, the good thing about that, though, Doug, is if the Tigers can just not give up big play, it's going to take off so much time. That 28-yard possession, they ran 10 plays. They took 7 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock to move 28 yards. So, I mean, if the Tigers can put up another touchdown on the board, if they can continue to maintain this double-digit lead, Rehoboth's offense works against them in the amount of time that they consume.
Well, that first and second drive that they had, you could tell they came out. They were in no hurry whatsoever. They wanted to control the ball, control the clock. You probably won't see that in the second half, and it probably works against the Tigers a little bit. We talked about the play clocks not working. They had 40 seconds and never moved before. Now they definitely aren't working because I've never seen play clocks in the end zone, but these have 92 seconds on them. What I meant to say is I've never seen them with 92 seconds on there, but obviously some kind of problem there. That'd work against the Tigers a little bit in the second half because you're going to want to milk as much clock as you can. If you could, especially if you could get another score and extend it out 18 or 20 points, somewhere in that range, you want to start working that clock a little bit.
That's right. And so the Tigers overall, as Doug said, success offensively, averaging over 10 yards per play, 22 plays for the Tigers for 264 yards of offense, 9 first downs. Rehoboth, they ran 19 plays in their first 2 possessions for 96 yards and 5 first downs. Their last 2 possessions, only 8 plays were run for a total of 5 yards. So 27 plays, 101 yards of offense, 5 first downs for the Rebels. If you look at the game summary, Eufaula took the opening kickoff, and they moved from their 30-yard line. They moved all the way down to the Rehoboth 13-yard line before Cooper Wingate came in to boot a 31-yard field goal to make the score 3-0 for Eufaula with 8:09 to go in the first quarter. Rehoboth then took it at their own 25-yard line. They moved it to the Eufaula 47, but it was methodical. They had a fourth down play that they converted on that drive, maybe even 2 fourth downs, but 10 plays, 28 yards, 7 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock before they ultimately punted. They did punt the Tigers deep, though, as the Tigers took over only at the 5-yard line. But from there, the Tigers moved it 95 yards in only 8 plays, culminated with a 10-yard touchdown run by Torian Slaughter, the sophomore running back. And with 9:22 to go in the second quarter, the Tigers jumped out to a 10-0 lead. From there, Rehoboth had their only scoring drive of the first half, but it was a 68-yard drive. They began at the 32-yard line, 9 plays, 68 yards, took 4 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. It was a 4th down and 7 from the 12-yard line, but it was a touchdown pass to Terrell Townsend. He's done a little bit of everything tonight for Rehoboth. He has run the ball out of the backfield. He's thrown a pass completion, and he's caught a touchdown pass. So 10-6 was the score for for Eufaula, with 4:50 to go in the first half. From there, it looked like Eufaula was going to just blow down the field for another score. It started off with a 13-yard run on first down by Torian Slaughter. That was followed by a 34-yard run by Red Harris. Red was not expected to play tonight due to injury, but Red came in. He busted through the line of scrimmage. It was a foot race. Looked like he'd take it all the way for a touchdown, but somehow he lost the handle on the football. It's shaped funny. It's oblong. It bounces funny ways. He lost the football. Of course, his momentum took him holding down the field, and the trailing Rehoboth Rebels were able to fall on the football and take it over at their 17-yard line. From there, the Tiger defense did a good job. They forced a 3-and-out, the only 3-and-out of the first half for Rehoboth, and the Tigers got the ball back with 2:22 to go in the first half at their own 40-yard line. From there, it only took 2 plays. It was a rush for no yards on first down, a 10-yard holding penalty, and a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. Back-to-back penalties against Eufaula, but it was a 60-yard touchdown pass to Antron Mitchell. Point after touchdown by Cooper Wingate, 17-6. That's where we stood with 1:22 to go in the first half. Rehoboth ran out the first half clock. It's going to be Rehoboth getting the second half kickoff, Doug. I mean, really, the first possession of the second half probably is going to go a long way toward determining the outcome of this game.
Exactly. Rehoboth it's almost a must, push it into the end zone for a touchdown. They got to find something, because if they turn it over or have to kick or whatever, do not get points on the board, and the Tigers are able to go down and put some points on the board, then you're probably halfway through the third quarter, and the Tigers will have roughly an 18-point lead. That really puts your backs against the wall if you're an offense like Rehoboth. So it'll be interesting to see.
Rehoboth is averaging scoring just under 20 points a game, like 19.6 points a game. Eufaula sitting on 17 right now. So you figure Eufaula puts any more points on the board. Eufaula's in pretty good shape. They put 30 on the board against Charles Henderson.
They may come out, and right now we don't know what our defensive line, how tired they might be. Let's just hope they're not too tired. Defensively, the Tigers got to make some adjustments. There's a lot of things to adjust for. But the biggest thing I'd be working on is number 34 going around the right side.
Well, he was the one who hurt the Tigers last year. He had over 200 yards. He had over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter against Eufaula last year. Of course, 59 of that came on a touchdown run. But he was the offense to a large part last week and last year. And he's been a big part of it tonight. But Townsend's been a very, very important player for them as well, number 2.
Yeah, and he's quick as a hiccup now, and he's being left-handed. That's a little different aspect also. And when he throws it, he zips it. I mean, he almost waits too long, or he doesn't. He definitely, you can tell he's not a normal passer, because I don't think he has set his feet on any of the 4 pass attempts he's had. So, but that's not what they normally do. But that I like to call it the wing T type offense. Different folks go in different directions. The biggest keys on that is probably your lineman following their pulling lineman, because where their pulling linemen are going is where it's going to eventually go. And Jimmy gave us an update on come up at the halftime. Eufaula is doing something Rehoboth is not like, but is perfectly legal as far as their front 4, and that's, I think, submarining the lineman, or I'm not sure what he said.
Call it cut basically cutting them. They're diving in and cutting them off. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, he may be asking for a chop or something, but the chop don't go from defense to offense. It goes from offense to defense.
And that's only if you're
engaged by somebody, two people. Yes,
that's right.
High and low.
Well, that's a good technique. Like last week, we were getting blown off the ball by Charles Henderson. This way, they can't blow you back. They can't blow you off the ball.
Well, that's something that, old school football is, nowadays it's so much speed and one-on-one in space and stuff like that. But, that's what they used to teach back in the day. And this type of offense, that's a perfect defense for it. If they start to, if you start to lose ground, you just go down and clog it up and slow him up that half step till somebody else can catch up.
And that forces them to try to run around the end because the middle's clogged up. So, and this is an old school offense. I mean, you got to use old school techniques when they're running an old school offense. Let's start the play clocks. Maybe
they ran them down the whole way a minute ago, and I see them running them again. So maybe they're working the second half.
Yeah, and looking at this is only the fourth home game of the season for Rehobeth, and they've scored exactly 57 points in the other three. So they're averaging just under 20 points a game, home game, this year, and that's consistent with their average for the whole season against all competition. But their high point total in the year was at Opp. Opp is I think 3A school now, and they scored 39. They scored 30 against Charles Henderson, 21 last week at Greenville. They scored 21 against Wicksburg here in the first game of the season. They only scored 6 on the road at Headland, so they have 6 on the board right now against Eufaula. Feel pretty good as long as Eufaula does not give up the chunk play and forces them to
play smart
to drive. So
play smart second half. That's it. And two, we've talked about Rehobeth. We've talked about them in the past. The last count 2 years ago, of course, we're the count is probably complete, but there's a lot of shuffling that's got to go on. Probably won't be announced till probably January. Rehobeth was number 2 in the last count, and with 4 private schools coming in, they'll be in the lower classification, so that'll push everybody up a little bit. Plus, Rehobeth's numbers may be up a little bit. They are staring going 6A right smack dab in the face, and they have got, say what you want to, but they've got better. And even though they play a couple of smaller schools like Opp, used to Rehobeth would never have taken on a school like Enterprise, and they played Enterprise this year. They played Dothan.
They played them last year.
Played Dothan in the spring game this year, and Dothan, of course, very good team out of Dothan this year. So they're not shying away from anybody. They're stepping up and playing tough competition. They got the Jumbotron here. They got a very nice stadium. Of course, a few years ago we played over behind the old school over there, and so they've moved over here to the new field and new field house in the end zone, and a lot of things going well, but they struggle in the area that they're in. They're down here in one of these free transfer counties. A lot of folks don't realize that, but let's say if you ever get a coach in here that can recruit, which is not legal, I guess, but if you could talk them into coming to your school, we'll just say that some schools are able to do that. You can, in Houston County, as long as it's good with the superintendent, which has always been a free swap. Let's say you're a great ball player at Wicksburg. Well, if you can talk them into coming over and playing in Rehobeth or at Ashford or Dothan, or all you got to do is convince them to transfer, and you can put together a team. And you don't see a lot of that in this area. You definitely do around, not so much Montgomery, but Birmingham, Huntsville, Mobile. You see that a lot on the counties that they can free transfer.
Yeah, so we will step aside for a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Eufaula High School Tiger football. We'll be right back.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue, or call us at 334-687-4700.
Sitting there.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
$17-6. We've got Jimmy on the sidelines with a special guest. Jimmy, who you got with you?
Hey, you never know who's going to show up for your Eufaula game, and Rah Thomas showed up. Hey,
tell him to look this way. We can show his face. Just face with Georgia.
Yeah, they got. So Rah was able to show up tonight, and he scored his first touchdown. Was it last weekend? Yeah, it was the weekend before that. He scored his first touchdown with Georgia, and tell us a little bit about it.
It was great. At first, I knew I caught the ball, but I didn't know if I was really in. So I was just, after I made the kick, I was just looking around to, see if I was in or not. They waved it off. But in my mind, I really knew I was in. So I couldn't wait to celebrate with my team. But it was great. I had all my team. They had my back to support me. So it was great.
So I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but he said at first they waved it off and they thought he was out of bounds, but he knew he was in, and he couldn't wait to celebrate with his teammates. So.
And it was an outstanding catch. I mean, everybody raved about what an acrobatic catch it was.
Thank you, bud. Yeah,
tell him congratulations on his new addition also.
Hey, they said congratulations on your new addition also.
Thank you.
So he said thank you. Real quick before half's over, the band actually had competition last weekend, and they did scored all superior. And then they have another competition this weekend, and the cheerleaders are also going to competition. So I don't know if y'all mentioned that or not, but a lot of competition going on this weekend for Eufaula High School. So
yeah, that's right. We mentioned that in the first half. Talking about the region that Eufaula is paired with, Region 3. Tonight, Marbury is playing Shelby County. Shelby County comes into that game 2-2 in region play, while Marbury is 1-3. So if Shelby County wins that game, they'll be the third seed. I think that would eliminate Marbury at 1-4. Selma plays Jemison. Jemison's not won a game this year, so that would give Selma the last seed. We play Selma. There's a kickoff. Running around the right end with some room. He's going to take it across the 30. He'll go down about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. That's where Rehobeth takes over. 1st and 10. I believe we'll call it the 35. 36. Can't tell. We'll call it the 36. It's just really difficult to see from our vantage point. But the Tiger defense on the field, an important possession here for Rehobeth. We'll see what the Rehobeth has, what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve, because this is, for all intents and purposes, the drive of the season for them. Once again, a tight bunch set. They're going to fake it up the middle, and Jay Moss right there to bring down the running back Hardy after about a gain of a yard on the play. 2-yard gain, they say, 2 yards. Jay Moss at linebacker, just there to clean it up. Of course, Charles, you know this better than I. Haven't played on the D-line, but if the D-line does their job, it ought to open it up for that middle linebacker to stand in there and make the plays.
That's right, Keith.
2nd down 8 now. Direct snap once again to Hardy. Hardy looking to sweep the right side. Tigers stacking it up, bringing it down. That scrum goes down about the 40-yard line. That would be a gain of another yard or 2. Call it a gain of 2. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah,
3rd and
6. Big play right here.
We are just underway in the third quarter. Eufaula leads 17-6. 10:45 and counting here on the third quarter clock. Watch for a potential pass play from the Rebels this time. Going to take it. Hardy going to sweep the right side. He's done a good job going around the right end all night, but that was the short side of the field that time. The Tigers strung him out to basically no gain on that play. They're going to give him a yard out about the 41.
Wow.
That brings up 4th down and almost 5 yards to go.
They got to hurry off because the ball's right there on their hash. They're coming out. Looks like they're going to punt. We'll see if they actually go through with it. It would be a huge gamble if they didn't.
Well,
they could have hustled on as we started to send somebody out then. We're still sending folks. Don't have too many folks on the field. They're sending somebody. How many do we got?
I can't count them. We can't really tell. We're so low.
Yeah. Must be all right.
Tigers have already put the ball on the ground twice and lost one fumble.
Oh,
Big
what a
punt.
booming kick.
The guy still calls for it, makes a fair catch at the 21-yard line. Good job. I think they're going to throw a flag on them because they were in the inside the cylinder.
They were very close.
There's a flag on the field.
I didn't see the flag come out, but good call, yeah. Good call.
Well, they spotted it down. He picked it up, I think.
He picked it up. And maybe it was a bean bag. He just thought maybe marking the fair catch.
Who knows? 21-yard line of Eufaula is what they'll take over with 9:38 to go here in the third quarter play. Eufaula leads by 11.
Woo-hoo.
Anderson looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep. Has Antron Mitchell out here. He's going to catch it. Mitchell catches it. Going to drag out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So 45 yards, 44 yards on that pass play.
Well, they had a safety blitz on, didn't
They did. Good poise by Browning to stand in there and spot his receiver.
They've done that a time or two in practice. The timing was perfect. Anderson laid it up there. Perfect for Mitchell. 9:30 to go. Anderson in shotgun formation on 1st and 10 from the 35. It's going to be a pop pass to LeCaviante Pugh. They faked it to Harris. Pugh is open. He'll take it inside the 20 down around the 17-yard line. So from the 35 to the 17, 18. They said the 18-yard line, so that is 18 more yards. Tigers come out passing the ball here in the third quarter. Going to hand it to Harris this time. Harris breaking the line of scrimmage, running hard. He's going to take it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line, looks like. That should be 5 yards on that play.
Where they spot him. Big drive here for the Tigers, up 17-6, 8:50 to go in the clock, rolling in the third quarter.
I'm sure.
I hear Cornegay, the offensive coordinator, say it's there, throw it. And
oh my goodness, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Holy
second turnover. Second turnover.
We had our hands on it.
The second turnover that prevented a touchdown. We're keeping them in the football game.
They're still talking. I'm not. Now they're saying it's their ball.
I'm going to tell you, it was there. The ball a little bit behind Mitchell. Mitchell unable to come up with a catch. It would have been a touchdown for Eufaula, just like Harris was running for a touchdown. Both turnovers for the Tigers took points off the board for the Tigers. It could easily be 31-6 right now. 4-play drive. It started at the 21-yard line, went all the way down to the Rehoboth 13. So the Rehoboth takes over their 20. Sixth possession of the night in the third quarter here with 8:28 still to go. They're sweeping the right side. Townsend going to be tracked down after a short gain.
They give him about a good 3 yards there.
That's a shame. You have a 44-yard completion, an 18-yard completion, and
it was a little bit behind him. He reached and kind of tipped it up. It was a great catch by the Rehoboth defender to concentrate and catch it. But
tip drill.
2nd and 7 now.
And that was Townsend. He's playing both ways. He was playing defensive back for them. So they shift strong side to the right.
We got a 6-man front now.
It's going to be a reverse. Tiger's going to be there.
Get him down.
Bring him down for no gain on that play.
Yeah, you can. I'm not sure what number that ball carrier was. It was 20, I think. It was different. You can see right now they're running a lot of different things that they hadn't been running with. I didn't even see this on any of the film that I've watched on them. They're trying anything to make it work at this point. Now they're staring at a 3rd and he almost lost a yard there. We'll call it 3rd and 7. Big play for the Rebels.
It is Hardy and Townsend lined up side by side. The snap is going to either one tonight. It goes to Hardy this time. He's looking to run up the middle, and he'll take it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. But it'll be a good 4 yards short of his first down. They'll bring up a fourth down and about 4 yards to go.
I'll tell you what, where this official's marking it on this side, I'm not so sure. It's going to 4th and 2.5, maybe 3. So,
well, we'll give him 5 on that game then. So 4th and 3. But with the Tigers' affinity for turning the ball over, they're going to kick it back to the Tigers. I mean, we put it on the ground. Well, actually, we put it on the ground twice, lost one, and we have thrown an interception.
I think if this was on the other side of midfield, they would try to go for it. But right now, they're trying to play field position, hope for another turnover.
A spiral that's going to turn over, be fielded by Zakai Steele at the 36-yard line. Good job on the fair catch by Steele. That comes at 6:10 to go.
Nerves of Steele.
That's just an area that we have improved so much this year from last year.
Coach,
we were letting the ball bounce and roll back 20, 30 yards behind us. But
Coach Jernigan talked about it. He's put in the work. First one there, last one to leave type deal in the offseason, and
it's working.
Let me make an observation. That's 4 straight possessions for Rehobeth without a first down. 4 straight. Eufaula takes it the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And hand it off inside to Red Harris. Harris is going to spin across the 40. He'll go down to the 41. 6-yard gain for Harris on first down. That'll keep the clock in motion as we go under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Eufaula still with an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Play clock's down to 29. Eufaula probably needs to burn a little bit more of that. We'll see. If they could score here, they definitely can.
Blitzing is Rehobeth. They're going to hand it off to Harris again. Harris is going to fall forward for about 2 yards to the – he'll be about 3 yards short of his first down. It's going to be a 2-yard gain. Actually, it's only going to be about a yard gain on that play. Looked like he had more, but it's 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Might be a place for Anderson to pull it here.
They wanted to, there was 3 guys wanting to blitz.
Harris shifts over to the right side. It's going to be Harris keeping it this time. He's going to hit for the first time tonight. Eufaula is going to fail to pick up a first down. It's a scrum there, and they're going to go 3 and out to the Tigers on this possession.
Man, we can't make nothing easy.
No gain.
Well, leaving the offense out there, my goodness.
Tigers haven't punted tonight. Maybe they're just going to try to drive
either a quick kick or try to draw them off sides.
Yeah, maybe they will quick kick it. Anderson is the punter. They will shift back. Now Rehobeth, will they drop anybody back or not? They haven't.
They're thinking we're going to pass here because that's almost a shotgun. Ooh, he didn't drop back far enough, hardly.
Yeah, he didn't kick it like you normally would want to. But
we got to roll.
Big Eufaula roll. It's going to roll down to about the 10-yard
line. Exactly.
Still an effective kick.
Yeah,
he had to be about a 47-yard kick.
He had to short hop the step almost, but got away a very effective kick and a very effective roll. Keeps them backed up, make them have to work for it.
So only 3 plays, the first 3 and out. Tigers picked up about 7 yards. So both teams with 3 plays and 7 yards on their last 2 possessions. 4:08.
Charles Henderson's taking the lead 21-14 overhead.
I saw they scored on the first play or coming out of halftime. So long scoring play.
7th possession of the night for Rehobeth.
All right, both teams. Come on.
It's going to be Hardy at right tackle for a short gain, maybe a yard. $90 yards away. Tigers content just to let them run into the line if they so choose. Just got to stay gap sound and not give up the big play. 3:40 and counting here in the third quarter. We played a scoreless third quarter so far. 17-6 was the halftime score. That's where we still stand.
I think Rehobeth's thinking as long as if they could score one time, it's just a 2-score game right now. So they feel like they're still staying close enough.
It's a reverse this time.
Good
but
play by number 7. Woo.
Yes, Jaquavius Moss was standing there waiting on that reverse. He diagnosed it well and held it to no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
He moved it forward about a foot, but I didn't see it. I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to tell you what. Rehoboth has not picked up a first down since their second possession, which was their touchdown drive. Was the last. That was the last first down that they picked up.
Tigers take out a lineman and a corner, bring in a corner and a safety. So looking for a pass play here on 3rd and I guess 8.
So looking for their first
Play
down.
clock.
Play clock.
2-1 is a 0.
He runs out. They're going to throw the flag. That's a
Good
penalty.
deal.
That makes the 3rd and 9.
Man, I'm glad them play clocks got fixed.
Yeah, earlier in the first half when it wasn't working, they were taking a long time
to
get the ball snapped.
Well, they did on a 28-yard drive. They took 7 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock.
Well, and if they would have got the lead in the second half, and then the clocks wouldn't have been working. Woo.
So 3rd down, about 13, I guess. They must have given him a yard gain on that last play. Did not see it at all, but
they moved it about a foot forward. They didn't move it much.
So it is about 3rd down, call it about 13 yards to go.
He's going to throw it.
He's going to throw it.
Oh,
hit late. He throws it up. It's almost in. Jave Williams was the closest person there, but it went out of bounds as there was good pressure in the quarterback's face in the end zone. Eufaula looks to get really good field position here as it's going to be a 4th down and 13. They will send the punt return team in there. The Tiger defense gets an applause as Rehoboth has not picked up a first down in well over a quarter now, Doug. The last 5 possessions, they've gone 3 and out.
Well, 2 points would be nice here. That'd stretch it out a little further. So a bad snap over his head or between his legs, we'd appreciate.
Punter stands on the
perfect snap.
8, and that's his worst punt of the night. It's going to hit the ground, though. Takes a neutral bounce. Going to be fielded down at the 37, 38-yard line over Rehoboth. So Eufaula gains about 20 yards on the punt exchange.
And if you think about it, I'm going to tell you, there's been very, very few times this year. This is what, game 9?
9.
And that we actually get the ball that deep in somebody's territory. They either have a great punter or they're trying to pin us back deep. We don't get field position like this very often. Maybe we'll take advantage of it here.
2:12 to go. The Tigers looking for the knockout blow. They almost had it on their first possession. There's
double blitz. Both safeties were coming. I'm not so sure that I didn't see anybody move, but they were bearing down. They're saying we lined up offsides. I guess we lined up offsides. Man, that would have they're saying it was on Mitchell because he's questioning it over here, but Coach Jernigan's having a fit because he didn't like it. You have to check with the official, so the official had to have told him okay. Nevertheless, they were coming with a double blitz there.
It was a pre-snap penalty, so 2:11 on the clock here to go in the third quarter. Eufaula 17-6 from the 42-yard line now.
They backed out of the blitz.
Anderson throws it. It's complete. LeCaviante Pugh, he takes it inside the 30.
Hey.
So that's not a first down.
It's very close. I think it's about a 14-yard gain. What's the 14 where they mark it?
That stops the clock with 2:03 to go here in the third. It is Slaughter in the backfield with Anderson. He will take it. He's going to break the line of scrimmage. He's in the secondary. He'll have a first down. He'll have more. He'll take it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. So from the, from the 28-yard line to the 13. Give him 15 yards on that play. Slaughter is racking up some pretty impressive yardage.
How many on that one?
15.
I got him for 69 on 7 carries.
First down for the Tigers. They are showing replays on the board. First down inside the 15.
Was that a flag? He's saying motion, and we didn't even get. Yeah, I'm like Charles. We didn't even get all the way up to the ball.
Well, it's been a pretty well officiated game to this point. I did not see, and of course, folks, you got a great vantage point looking at it on the camera from behind the offense here, down as low as we are. Did not see anybody move. Don't know what that penalty might have been. It's 1st and 15 now. They're going to hand it off to Harris. Harris is going to be tackled right there at the line of scrimmage. That's only about a gain of a yard maybe on that play.
Ball's on the right hash mark. Tigers in Wingate's field goal range here. Just barely, but they are.
That would keep it a 2-score game, though. Certainly points would be great, but going to hand it to Harris. Harris
fell down.
Tripped over the 15-yard line, and he falls back into the original line of scrimmage. Doug, he had maybe a touchdown if he doesn't trip. Give him 4 yards on that gain. It brings up 3rd down and 10. This should be the final play of the third quarter. Tigers have to run they just reset the play clock. I'm not sure why.
It's not working again, I think. So
well, it was down to.
We said, what do you do here if it's not working and he's keeping it on the field because it's stopped now? You don't want to take a chance for a 5-yard penalty.
The Tigers looking at the sidelines. 10 seconds.
24 in the backfield with Anderson.
Anderson going to drop. He's going to roll around. He's going to throw it late. He had a man there. He just threw it over his head. He didn't take the sack. That was the last play of the third quarter. We'll step aside. We'll go to the fourth quarter with the Tigers leading 17-6. We'll be back. We'll be right back. Parker, we should be.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Be a 30-yard field goal. We already have a 31-yard field goal from about the same spot on the field as we change ends. This will be a 30-yard attempt from Cooper Wingate. Kicks up. Kick looks to be good. They say no good. I couldn't tell. Jimmy, did you have a better vantage point than us on the field?
Yeah, it was wide left.
Okay. Goodness. 2 turnovers and now a missed field goal, just keeping the
door open.
The door open.
I'll tell you what, the Rehobeth has dodged more than one bullet in that third quarter, but they got the whole fourth quarter to go here and a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
They haven't had a first down since midway through the second quarter. So the Tiger defense has done a great job to this point, but a very difficult offense to defend.
They must have changed something over there because there's a little confusion as far as the way they're lining up on the line and the backfield.
Going to keep it by Townsend around the left end. He does get around the corner that time and out of bounds for a positive gain. Their best gain from scrimmage in some time, about 9 yards on that play. Well, no, they spot it back. A 7-yard gain. Very difficult to tell all the way across the field. 7-yard gain on first down. It stops the clock, though. 11:46 to go.
Very fast-moving game. We're in the fourth quarter. It's only 8:40 our time.
You'll get no complaint from me as long as we win the football game.
Yep.
They run it straight up the middle. The Tigers have him stacked up. He'll pick up. They'll give him a good spot. Goodness, this line driver walks in.
Oh my!
The one on the far
coming
side.
from the far side.
The far side has him
right in front of their bench. That's where that spot's coming from.
So they give him 2 yards on that gain. They'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Bringing in the other quarterback that throws the ball a little bit more. Number 3 is coming into the football game. So it's 3rd and short, though.
Well, it may be 4-down territory being fourth quarter. Don't be surprised. They love to hit you with a pass when you're not expecting it.
11:05 to go here. The clock running. 3rd down 1. They'll snap it to 3. 3 breaks the line of scrimmage. He'll have his first down. He crosses the 30 to the 32-yard line. Give him 3 yards on that play and a Rehobeth first down. And they're even calling him number 3. They don't have a name for him either. He's not on our roster. So
there's a late recruit this year. Clock back in motion, under 10:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
I think I smell some peanuts. We're in farm country down here.
They're turning. There's a dryer right down the road. So
yeah, I smell fresh plowed peanuts. We're definitely in the wiregrass. 1st and 10, Rehobeth from the 32-yard line. They'll look to pass it. They're going to throw it into the flat to number 9, but Eufaula's right there. They threw a completion, but that completion picks up maybe a yard. Good play by Tony Coleman. Quickly up out of the secondary. Give him a yard on that play. That keeps the clock in motion. That's better for the Tigers. Yeah. That was better for the Tigers than an incomplete pass because that keeps the clock rolling. 10:05 and counting here. Rehobeth's moved about 13 yards so far on this possession in right at 2 minutes off the clock. They've moved 13 yards. Second down 9 from the 33-yard line. It'll be Hardy. He gets stopped right there in the backfield. Somebody with great penetration. We'll see who that was up off the. I think can't really tell. It might have been Parker Simmons that time. But
Jimmy, let me ask you a quick question. It looks like we keep shifting our defense. You got Parker and a couple of other guys shifting right where they seem to be running every time. Do we have a strong side front defensive line, or why are we doing so much shifting?
They're keying on somebody. I haven't been able to pick up who it is, but they're keying on somebody, and they're running right behind that offensive lineman, and they're keying on him.
3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Going to be Townsend looking to roll around the left side. He has good job pursuing. That was Flavius Moss, the middle linebacker. He tracked down Townsend for a short gain on that play. It'll bring up 4th and long. The Tiger defense doing a great job. Rehobeth with 1 first down. That's their only first down since the midway of the second quarter. We are almost halfway through the 4th.
We're not the only one thinking fake here. I hear our coaches up here hollering fake, fake, fake because it's 4th and 9, but there's only 8:38 and the clock rolling left in this game.
Eufaula just looking to put something extra on the board to put this game away. It's kind of a shank punt this time off to the side.
Get away.
It takes a Eufaula bounce. It's going to die at the 43-yard line. So short punt, about a 20-yard punt. 8:19 on the clock as Eufaula takes back over. Rehobeth took 2.5 minutes off the clock that time, actually 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and did not do anything but notch 1 first down. Eufaula, 8th possession of the night here with 4th quarter, 8:19. It's time to put the game away if you're a Tiger fan. 43-yard line of Eufaula. Shotgun formation for Anderson. Bunt set to the right. It's going to be Harris, the running back. He's going to spin forward for a first down. He'll go for 11 down to the 46-yard line of Rehobeth. 11 yards on that first down run for the senior running back, Red Harris. He hasn't played much tonight, but he's had some pretty big carries when he's been in there.
Still nursing a high ankle sprain. That was his 10th carry on the night for 95 yards. Tigers going to use as much clock as possible now.
Tigers still lead by 2 scores, 17-6.
Well, the Tigers left several scores on the board tonight. Fumbled and a dropped touchdown pass on a pass. 14 points at least.
They snap it with 5 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Red. He picks up a yard to the 45-yard line. Clock's running with 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eufaula, as we said, 11-point lead, 2-score lead. And, Doug, it'd be very difficult if Rehobeth had the ball right now.
Yeah. I think I said 95 earlier on Red. It was actually 85, so that's 11 carries, 86 yards for Red. But, I'm surprised that Rehobeth has got away from that blitz. They were sending all-out blitzes earlier. The Tigers are going to run the ball here as much as possible.
Tigers just waiting in the line of scrimmage. They snap it with 5. Once again, it's going to be a keeper by Anderson. Anderson just kind of stepping to the side. He's going to go down after a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and long with 6:45 and counting here. They haven't even set the play clock yet, so the Tigers can take this all the way down to around 6 minutes before the ball is snapped.
Well,
but do the Tigers throw the ball here, Doug? They very well may, because there's 28 on the play clock, 6:29 on the game clock.
I tell you what, I don't know this deep quarterback draw or something like that. Spread them out, but we're not spreading it out very much.
We're in a bunch set to the right, split in to the left. Is Troy Mitchell going to bring the blitz?
Thank you.
We go on to the late count, and 19 for Rehobeth gives us a free 5. So what was
he came from about Hartford back there on the blitz and just didn't stop. That'll reset the play clock with 6:06 on the game clock. It should start the clock rolling again. It does, so the Tigers can take almost another whole minute off with 40 more seconds.
I hope they realize that. They break the huddle with 31 seconds on the play clock. They can take this.
Browning's looking at it. I think he's going to wait.
But everybody has to sit there in that isometric squat position at the line of scrimmage. That's tough on the linemen, tough on the quads.
The region championship will make them feel so much better, though.
11 seconds on the play clock. Going to take the snap with 10. Going to hand it off to Torian Slaughter, who's going to come up short of the first down. But we're actually going to lose a yard, they say, on the play. We did. We lost a yard. We lost a yard on that play.
Why? I was thinking the offsides gave us the first down, but it didn't. Rehobeth officials timeout? Oh, they have somebody that went, number 36 went down.
And they're bringing their team off the field.
You're not supposed to do that. They're making Eufaula stay outside the numbers, but Rehobeth is on the sideline. We'll see if that's, you see it in college a lot, but actually that should, I tell you what it does, Keith. It's actually a smart play. It was 40 seconds on the play clock. That guy took a knee. Watch, we'll see him right back in the game. But now when he checks out, it'll be a 25-second play clock.
It'll save him 15 seconds.
It'll save him 15 seconds.
Well, if the Tigers take this 25-second play clock down, it'll take it down under 5 minutes either way. Tigers have a 2-score lead. It's been a scoreless second half. Eufaula's been up and down the field here with just no points.
Well, a couple of times tonight, it looks like Browning Anderson has tried to draw them off sides and then counted again, and the second time is when they're jumping. We'll see what he has
we're
here.
At the line of scrimmage with the play clock just being started.
Whistle.
Oh, no.
Browning was going to roll out for a apparent pass.
We called a timeout, though.
Okay.
I don't understand that because we've got 31 seconds on the play clock and 5:06 on the game clock. We could have taken that.
The game clock should have started.
It was rolling. It was rolling.
Well, it won't roll now.
I know. We just left. We left 31 more seconds on the game clock that didn't have to be there.
Actually, I don't know why they took it off 25 and put 40 back up there, but I think that was probably wrong anyway. But nevertheless, still, Tigers 17-6 was a halftime score. Tigers have just been so close a couple of times here in the second half, putting more points on the board and really just kind of putting it out of range, but hadn't been able to cash it in and do it. Now you got a 4th and 3.5 to go with 5:06 to go in the game. If you pick it up, for all intents and purposes, the game is yours. If you don't, there's life left for Rehoboth.
The Tigers with 108 yards of offense before this possession. This possession, they have
25-second play clock.
13 yards on this possession so far. Tigers with about 120 yards of offense. Going to hand it off. It's going to be a Hugh with the first down. A big play. I was looking down. I missed the play. Doug, you're going to have to describe it.
It was actually Browning came out and took it like he was going to roll right.
It was not
similar to the last play and handed it to the big back.
It was actually number 9. It was Kavion Lamons.
The big guy had one blocker in front of him as he came back to the left. Rehoboth had sold out going the other way, and he picks up the first down, and a big one it is.
It was a 10-yard gain on that play. 10-yard gain and first down for the Tigers, which goes a long way to putting this one in the win column. You're going to snap it with 5 on there. It's Harris breaking that to the outside. He's going to be tackled after a short gain, maybe a yard or two, but the Tigers
hold on the ball.
Just want to hold on the football here. 4:20 and counting here, 37 seconds on the play clock. And Eufaula, they're stopping the clock for something. I don't know.
They have some timeouts they can burn.
I guess they're going to call a timeout. 4:15 on the clock. From the Brown Higgin Air broadcast booth here at Rehoboth Stadium. Tigers look to win region number 2.
Quick update. Franklin just sent one that's 21-14 still in the starting the fourth quarter. In Troy, Charles Henderson winning that one. Jimmy sent us an update. Let's go down the sideline with Jimmy and tell us what's going on there, Jimmy.
Yeah, they've challenged the offense and the offensive line right here to keep the physical game and take it right to them instead of trying to be such a finesse team. So, and that last play on the first down, they had a jumbo package in. They had to take the timeout because they had a wrong personnel, but that was Lamont's big carry, first carry of the year.
All right, well, we appreciate it, Jimmy, and if we don't get back to you before then, make sure to create drill going off, and let's talk about hopefully a region win.
4:15, one timeout left for Rehoboth, a second down and 9 for Eufaula. Anderson takes it, going to throw the ball. He throws it deep. He has Ali Quinn there. Quinn unable to come up that reception. Stops the clock with 4:08 to go. So we kind of coming out of their timeout. We give them an extra timeout.
Officials timeout now for some reason.
Well, officials timeout doesn't really matter too much. We're not quite in field goal range.
I don't know what he's talking to Rehoboth players about something.
We'll take it down over.
That'd be nice. Actually, his helmet must have come off or something because he's making number 6 check out. They're sending in somebody else from the far side, but that does not keep the clock rolling. So, I mean, it's a good idea to take a shot, but now you're third down and you could have took another minute off the clock, and you did. Just outside of field goal range, probably also.
The only good thing about it, in the last about 22 minutes of game action, they've got 1 first down. So the defense has played outstanding here in the last almost 2 quarters. Anderson's going to roll, looking to throw. He's going to throw it late. He throws it in the direction of one receiver, but he threw it away. It was Antron Mitchell. He was all the way back inside Tiger territory when he threw that ball. Stops it with 3:56 to go. And Tigers kind of in no man's land. They're outside of field goal range. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 9 after 2 straight incompletions. And Doug, I tell you, they still have a timeout left. We could have taken them all the way down under 3 minutes here, just running the ball.
Could have took another couple of minutes off the clock or made them use that timeout.
We certainly would have been closer on the 4th down, you would think. It's unlikely we lose yardage on those 2 running plays. But either way, I don't like conservative, but
all right, we got single coverage on the right side on Mathis. He's not looking that way. That one's 8 yards deep off the sideline, and it didn't take but a couple of seconds.
Clock's still running.
Good.
Clock is still running.
Well, they'll probably run 3 seconds off and put a minute and a half back on.
Well, they stopped it at 3:42, so they slipped about 5 seconds off the clock. So
yeah, that's their clock operator. So, all right, so there is life in the Rebels still here, as the Tigers could have
taken it under 3 minutes.
Way under 3. They could have took it under 3 and still made them burn their time out. So
3:50. 3:50 to go. Rehoboth a little bit more of a spread here. Quarterback looking to throw. He's getting rushed by the Tigers. He's going to roll around and go out of bounds.
He dove out of bounds. Nobody touched him. No flag.
We'll see.
He stops the clock.
Second down.
How much time was when he snapped it?
It was 3:50, so 9 seconds.
He lost about 2 to 3 yards.
Lost 3 yards. So where did they take over? What yard line is that? That's about the 28-yard line where they took over.
Yeah, we were just inside the 30. It would have been too long of a field goal.
Rolling. It's going to be throwing it. Only man there is Coleman. He threw it through, intended for Townsend that time. That's also a left-handed quarterback. My goodness. Townsend throws left-handed. Number 3 throws left-handed. Incomplete. Third and 13, and they're in 4-down territory.
3-3-3 on the clock. Oh yeah, they gotta use it. Down 11.
So 3rd and 13, 25-yard line. They're going to run it. The quarterback's looking to throw. He's going to throw it late. It's nearly intercepted, but thrown out of bounds. It's going to be 4th and 13 after the incompletion.
Well, they're going to go for it. The only way they wouldn't go for it is if your football coach was a basketball coach too, and you had some very good basketball players. You wanted to get an early start. It all comes down to this for Rehoboth.
So 4th down, 3:24 on the clock. Eufaula leads 17-6. And the Tigers, they hold here on this play, pretty much so salt away a region championship. Dropping back, looking to throw. Pressure in his face. He's going to throw it. But no man's land. Nobody is there. Incomplete. The Tigers take over on downs. They'll take over at the 24-yard line of Rehoboth. So the Tigers did not look good last week in the loss at Charles Henderson. But they're 3 minutes and 15 seconds away from the Region number 2 Class 5A championship. They'll host the first round of the playoffs in 3 weeks.
They called a holding. Where did that come? I had to come from the official in front of the Rehoboth bench.
They call defensive holding?
Yeah. That's a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. It'll still be 4th and 2. 4th
oh,
and 3.
Boy.
Doesn't the clock start?
No, it's supposed to.
It should. Clock didn't start. Man, that's deja vu of some Carroll stuff there.
Yeah. They're going to take it. Quarterback's going to throw it. It is incomplete. So, not a penalty flag this time, and the Tigers take over.
So the Tigers stop them after the 5th down.
Yeah.
Basically, the Tigers will take over. 3:08 to go, and Rehoboth, it shows 2 timeouts on the board. I don't think that's correct. I think they have 1 left, if I'm not mistaken, but they should be able just to run out the clock here.
3:08 to go here in the game now. Rehoboth just really doesn't have a passing game. Speak of. Anderson will take it. He'll hand it to Harris. Harris is going to be stacked up for a loss on the play. He'll lose yardage back to around the 36-yard line. Rehoboth does burn a timeout after the 2-yard loss. Doug, it'd be a risky play here, but if we fake that handoff like we just did and threw it to the tight end Pugh like we did earlier in the game, I believe it'd be wide open.
Probably so, but
if that was the final timeout, we can take it down.
Well,
really low.
They still show one on the board, so I'm sure they're
Did
going
they
by
not
that.
call two timeouts? I thought they did.
I thought they did also, but who knows? It could have been an official's timeout at some point, or.
Well, I was pretty sure we got an extra timeout in the first half, so maybe they decided to make it up. Yeah, for the most part, this has been a pretty. I was kind of uncertain if it came down here with so much on the line for Rehobeth, but for the most part, it's been a pretty well called football game.
Second 11 for the Tigers, 3:03 to go. Did that only take a couple of seconds? Was it 3:05 or 3:08?
3:08.
Okay, so 5 seconds off the clock.
So, second and 12 from the 36-yard line of Rehobeth. Anderson in shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Slaughter around the left side. Slaughter's going to take it and go down inbounds.
He said roll it. Yep, roll the clock.
Inbounds at the 23-yard line.
Very close to a first down.
Yep. Slaughter, that was a very wise play by the sophomore. Maybe they told him before he went in, do not go out of bounds. But he would have, natural instincts would have taken him out of bounds. He probably could have picked up the first down if he'd gone out of bounds.
It is a first down. They gave him just enough for the first down. The clock's back in motion, 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 Tigers.
That should pretty much so end it. How many yards for Slaughter now?
Slaughter has he lost one a minute ago. No, that was Red. Slaughter only has 9 carries for 61 yards is what I have him for at this point.
That handoff to the other sophomore running back, Jalen Wright. Wright with a couple of yards, maybe 3 yards down.
I'll tell you what, that's a little brave there. Maybe Wright is good at holding on to the ball, but you bring in somebody who doesn't have many touches and trust him to hold on to the ball in this situation.
He's a little bigger than Slaughter. Aurelia Slaughter, 5'6", 145. Wright is 5'8", 175. So Wright.
That was a quick 40 seconds.
Anderson takes the snap, hand it to Wright again. Wright breaks the initial tackle, takes it inside the 20. He's going to be stacked up around the 18-yard line.
1:20 to go. They've only got 25 seconds. Oh, the Rehobeth took his timeout. Nope. Well, it could be our running back got his helmet knocked off. That may be why they stopped it. No, Rehobeth did take their final timeout. So it'll be 3rd and about 6. I'll tell you what, let's go down to Jimmy and see what Jimmy's Jimmy, we just can't seem to put points on the board here in the second half.
Bentonville Heating and Cooling Combine report.
Yes.
Yeah, they're Rehobeth is just blitzing the house on us right up the middle. They're bringing everybody they can bring, and they know we're going to run the ball. It's tough sledding right now for our backs.
Well, we'll see what the Tigers have in store here. 3rd and a first down. We keep saying would ice the game, but we seem to be finding ways.
Well, if they're out of timeouts now. So if we run the ball, we're going to take it down.
Should be around 40 under 40 seconds.
Yeah.
43 somewhere in that range. Depends on
how long, go for it on fourth.
How quick they reset the play.
We're actually in field goal range now. If we wanted to try a field goal, or we could just run it on 4th down. We'd probably just run it on 4th down.
Probably would. Clock could stop immediately on the exchange.
We flinched. They're going to call it on us. They looked like they were going to blitz. We flinched on the interior of the line, and they're going to call it on us. That 5 yards probably would. If we had any thoughts of a field goal, that probably just removed them unless we have a good positive game here. But, Doug, I tell you, it's not been pretty. Charles, it hasn't been pretty, but the Tigers are going to get out of here with a victory. And that's the important thing.
They're blitzing.
Going to hand it off to Harris. Harris is going to be tackled in the back. We actually is going to squirm forward for about a yard. That'll keep the clock rolling here as they don't have any timeouts remaining.
We'll see when they set it. 40-second clock is it's already rolling, or maybe he set it and I didn't see it. So there's 34 seconds on it now. We're under a minute to play, so just let it run down.
Throw one in the end zone. Nothing to lose.
Throw one about 80 feet up in the air and take another couple seconds off.
Let me know.
Throw it out of the back of the end zone. Actually, the long field goal kicker for the Tigers just come over here and got a tee and a ball from the sideline. Tigers may give him a shot, but why not? You got 6-5. It'll take it down to about 26 seconds. They take a timeout with 25.5 seconds. Yeah, why not let him try it?
The fact is, if you were 3 points up, 5 points up, 1 point up, but we're 2 scores, we're 11 points up. And
the smart play would be just to run it up, run it up the middle. Don't take a chance of snapping it and going over the kicker's head and then scooping it, scoring, and leaving 20 seconds on the clock or something like that or an onside kick and a deep pass. If you run it up in there, they got to go 80 yards twice.
Let's don't throw it in the end zone like I'm not going to call anybody's name.
Well, it's a different scenario here, in my opinion. Of course, maybe not.
I'm just referring to last week, Keith.
Well, they're going to sell out. They're going to have everybody up. They're going to blitz the ones that aren't up. They don't think you're going to throw the ball if you line up to run a play, and that appears what the Tigers are going to do. They're sending out Red Harris and Browning Anderson in the backfield. It's going to be a safe formation because Red is going to drop 10 yards deep, about 6 yards behind Anderson. You're going to take a couple of steps, take a knee. That'll take about 3 seconds off the clock, and Rehobeth will get it with 20, actually all the way down to 19.2.
Yeah, they're going to put something back on there.
Yeah, he's already radioing up.
They probably should have been. They should have stopped it with about 13 seconds, actually. At 23 seconds. I'm sorry.
I agree.
That shows good sportsmanship on Coach Jernigan's part.
That's true.
All right, so there was 25.5. Anderson took the snap, ran in place 2 or 3 times, and then took a knee. So you figure at least 2 to 3 seconds they should give him off the clock.
Yeah, they put it at 22.
My issue, okay, now they put
22.
All right, so they put 22, no problem with that whatsoever. Tigers are going to have 4 players real deep. Actually, one of them's going up now. 3 deep. Tigers are running a 3-5-3.
I guess. You call it. Rehobeth, they give him a lot of respect. Rehoboth's going to throw it deep. Pretty good arm there. Going to be intercepted.
Well, he took a knee.
Took a knee.
They can let it run now. It don't matter. Tigers going to make it 14 in a row over Rehoboth. Rehoboth has never beaten the Tigers.
I did not get the number of the Tiger that intercepted that pass. I don't know. It looked like maybe number 2. That would be a Torian Slaughter.
Well, guys, this is the first time, 10 years? Is that right, for region champion?
Yep.
Yes, first time in 10 years. Jarrell has turned around a short offseason last year and a very respectable year last year, and the Tigers finally take hold, and I was beginning to wonder a little bit in the second half, but they lock up the region championship here. All it takes is 1-0 down, and the Tigers can count.
Scoreless second half. It's 17-6 at halftime. Tigers missed 2 golden opportunities to score. Actually, 3 opportunities. An interception in the end zone, fumble, running in the open field, and a missed field goal. So the Tigers left 17 points, more points on the board. It could be 34-6 at this point.
It very well could. So in his second year, Coach Jernigan will notch a region championship as they got him good. I don't know if he got that on TV, Charles, but they soaked him but good. And so it'll be a wet interview Jimmy will have. The good thing you wasn't too close to him there is he got that Gatorade bucket. We'll go down to Jimmy as soon as Coach is finished shaking hands and get his reaction to his first region championship. Now, don't forget, we don't play next week because that game was moved back. So the Tigers will be off next week. It'll be 2 weeks from Friday night. It'll be senior night. We'll have a little special thing here on the broadcast. We're going to recognize all the seniors and do some special things for them. So it'll be against a tough Early County team, but it doesn't matter what happens in that game as long as we get out of it healthy going into the playoffs.
That's right. And it wasn't the Tigers' offense looked pretty good. The defense really played well. The Notre Dame Box made it an ugly game of that offense that Rehobeth runs, but 17-6, the Tigers win. They're Tigers' 6th victory of the year. They're 6-3.
Hey! Ball! Fire! Get him over there. Fire! Hey,
Jimmy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cutting in and out. I'm standing here with Coach Jernigan. Coach, tell me how you feel.
Oh man, I feel good. I feel good. Region championship. That's the first time I think since 2010 that we have one. I'm just glad to bring it back to Eufaula. For this community, this fan base, everybody been supporting me since I got this job and going on year 2. Hey, but I want to really this coaching staff I hired. I know it was some words saying about how young they were, but they come to work every day and they put in the work. And I'll be damned, this is the best damn coaching staff at 5A, probably in high school ball. It shows up. They come to work every day, and I'm just proud of them. And then hell of a game plan by Coach Rivers in defense right there.
Yeah, definitely made some nice adjustments in the second half to clamp down on all that motion and everything. So you go celebrate with your team and your coaches, Coach. Just enjoy what you did.
I appreciate it. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Coach Jernigan says one team, one town, one tradition.
Yeah, you got it, Charles. And it wasn't always pretty tonight, but a win's a win. The Tigers are 6-3 now on the season. A couple of lost to larger schools, lost to Enterprise, of course, to Pike Road. Both of those on the road. All 3 losses were actually on the road. Lost last week to Charles Henson, but a big victory tonight when they had to have it. Rehobeth needed it as well, but the Tigers are able to come down here and come out victorious, 17-6. We're having some technical difficulties. Don't know if you can hear me or not.
They can hear
me, but you can't see us. But we'll go ahead and kind of
did he unplug us?
Kind of sign off here as the Tigers will be off next week. No game next week, but the Tigers will be at home 2 weeks from tonight against Early County, as Doug said. It'll be 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock kickoff from Tiger Stadium.
We sorry we lost the video there. The filmer for the high school was packing up their stuff, and we were plugged into their plug strip over there. So we lost the picture there for a moment. We just got it back. But that was it. We appreciate everybody, and be sure to join us for a coach's show next week anyway.
Oh, we don't have the coach show anyway?
That was my understanding.
We'll watch the page for it. We'll let you know.
There you go.
Well, it depends on what Coach Jernigan wants to do. So
there's a lot of games that are moved to Thursday nights this time of year, and he may very well need to go scout or watch something going on. So we'll put it on the page. Definitely have one the Thursday night before Early County.
That will be the November 2nd game. November 2nd before the November 3rd Early County game. So for Jimmy Simmons, Charles Zimmerman, Doug Applin, I'm Keith Brown. Wish you a good night and a good weekend. Go Tigers!